on?
What's up, guys?
Good morning.
Good morning, Eric.
Good morning. Good morning, Shane.
As you can see by the voice, that's not Christy. Christy's not back yet.
Not yet.
She's still out handling some business.
I'll do my best.
And
I'll try to be Christy. Hi, Christy.
We have Eric Navarro here as our guest host today. He is the new car sales manager up at our main location on the Parkway. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Me and Eric have worked together for many years now, and I've seen Eric come from a salesman getting started up to where he's running the show up top, and does a great job. But I gotta ask you about, man, the current state of the car business is different than we've ever seen before.
It is.
Even during COVID now, it's a different animal. What's going on in the current state of the car? I know you handle primarily in the new world. What's going on in the new world?
Well, it is way different than before. Before we used to have 200 cars on the lot, and I'm sure you remember that. You used to order those cars.
I used to have some cars have birthdays.
Right. And
they were there longer than some of my salespeople back in the day.
For you guys, a birthday means the car has been on the lot for 365 days.
It's not good.
That's not good at all. But back in the day, it was kind of normal. We have plenty of those that would just turn a birthday on the lot. Nowadays, if it's 30 days old, the vehicle is old and we got to get rid of it. So that's how much the car business has shifted. From 200 plus cars on the lot, Shane, to now having 20 on the high side, 25 new cars. It's quite a shift. So it is way different. Now it's a little bit harder to get the actual vehicle that a customer is looking for. But for the most part, we try to manipulate our inventory as much as possible to have those special vehicles that the customer is looking for.
It's really interesting. I was sitting in a meeting with you guys one day, and they were talking about turning your cars within 20-some-odd days. And I remember thinking, it took me 20 days to get a new car through the shop.
Right.
No offense, shop. It's old-timey. But and then to hear about what it is now. And I've actually noticed that you guys deal with a lot of what these other dealers are doing, and they're basically pre-selling cars before they even get here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we get a lot of those on the website. You'll see where it's it's got a little in transit, little tag on the picture. And a lot of those in transit vehicles are already sold. We got deposits on them or are pre-order for a customer. So there's a lot of inventory like that on the website that you'll see, and again, they're pretty much sold already, especially those special vehicles, higher trim levels and things like that.
So, I catch a lot of these reviews, and it's weird because we have definitely had some good reviews and some bad reviews over the years, but we get a lot of them now where people are just frustrated with the inventory situation, and they're like, no cars on the lot, and you're like, yeah, I know, it's my problem too. Like we get your frustration, but what's the public seeing? What's the public saying when they come in and they want, like me, for example, I'm pretty picky.
Oh, we know. We know.
I'm like, hey, Eric, I need a black truck, 4-wheel drive. No big deal, but I need to have this package, Don't want this, do want that. Don't want to pay for this, do want that. Oh, and by the way, I want to get it lifted, put wheels and tires on it. And now I'm like, do we have anything coming back and buy?
Right. Well, let's talk about the last truck that you purchased. That one was a little bit of a challenge for us, you know what I mean? You work at a dealership, been there for a lot of years, and we still had to kind of go outside of our dealership to find you the perfect truck, you know what I mean? And a lot of customers are that way, and we honestly go outside of our ways, and we try as hard as we can to acquire inventory from other places or things that are coming in that are not sold, that we reach out to the manufacturer to try to get it into the lot as soon as possible, because we have a customer that wants a truck right now. Your car deal, for example, the last truck you purchased, we have plenty of trucks on the lot that anybody could have bought, but we got Shane Pola. He wanted a black truck, he wanted it this way, he wanted that package. Oh, it has a moonroof. No, he doesn't want a moonroof. He wants one without the moonroof. But so we ended up finding you the perfect truck. And that's what we do for customers. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily take a couple hours. Sometimes it takes a couple days. Sometimes it takes a week to find that perfect inventory. But that's what we're there for. And your frustration as far as the customer goes is the same with us. We want nothing else than to sell a car. At the end of the day, if we don't sell a vehicle, we can't stay in business. It's kind of like a restaurant not having people there.
Is that the truck right there that we're talking about?
Yeah, that's the truck. That's the truck. That's Shane's.
That's the truck in my pet pig.
Yeah,
which is actually a dog. But
that's the owner of the truck, I think, right there.
Yeah, he's cute. I like him.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny is I even didn't want. I was like, man, don't they make a black option for the grill? I don't want all that chrome. But now I'm like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. I just want to drive it. So
yeah. Well, Denali's are pretty nice, and unfortunately they don't make a black grill for a Denali. I mean, you could do it aftermarket, but as far as from the manufacturer, you got to get all the chrome.
So obviously that's hard on consumers. It's hard on you trying to find vehicles, order vehicles. What's the effect being on your sales team? Obviously, some of us old guys remember the days where we had 200 cars on the lot, and you didn't have one. Some other dealer had 200 cars on the lot. You call them up, you swap.
Right.
How's that affecting the sales team?
Well, it's a little difficult for them as well. You're trying to educate a customer on the reason why we can't get that perfect inventory. Sometimes it could be the color, sometimes it could be the wheels. So it really affects them, but they do a great job of trying to make sure that all the wants and needs are met. The main important things, for example, getting you to from point A to point B if that's what you're looking for, or getting you that navigation if that's what you need on your vehicle. So there's a lot of good features on vehicles nowadays that could take care of some of the other things that you're looking for. For example, if you need navigation, the car doesn't come with navigation, it probably has Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which means that you can use your navigation on your phone on the car. So they really got to educate themselves, the sales guys, to be able to educate the customer to make sure that we're meeting all the wants and needs and the main important things on what you're looking for on a car. So it's a little tough. For example, you don't want a moonroof, but the trim level you're looking for comes with the moonroof. So
I have a moonroof.
Yeah. So we gotta make sure that we.
Hey, I'll tell you though, the upside of the moonroof is that back in the day, the moonroofs used to drop down, and my head would rub.
Right.
It was so annoying, and the new one, it's like completely smooth.
Right.
I don't lose any headroom, so it's actually not that bad to have a moonroof in this one. So.
Manufacturer's getting smart.
Yeah, hey, thanks. Better late than never, I guess.
Right.
But so I'm no longer opposed to moonroofs. I still don't want to pay for it.
Right. It kind of comes through.
It's so
with the
funny.
package.
We're all just like customers. Everybody
100%.
thinks we're so different. We're like, no. I want a deal. I want exactly what I want. We're especially us car guys.
Shane's tougher than a customer.
I'm pretty high maintenance.
Right.
So. I try to throw everybody off by having a beard and dressing like a bum, but I'm pretty high maintenance.
Hey, real quick, guys. I got something I want to bring up into the picture here. You guys talk about it. What's happening with this? I know a lot of talk about this.
So Eric, I know what that is, and I gotta tell you, I love it. I think it's super cool. But what is that on the screen right there?
Well, that's the AllElectric Hummer. Yeah, that's a brand new something to the world. Let's put it that way. It's a super beautiful SUV / truck. Because you can get either or. And just a little information out to the world. Manufacturers pretty much already deliver a few, and it's getting ready to start dropping and building some more. So we're in the process of.
Can you get me one in black without a sunroof?
No. Right.
Here he goes.
Unfortunately, Shane, this one you're gonna have to take it how it comes.
Yeah. No, that's I've kind of seen that, and it's really interesting because obviously we had the Hummer brand many years ago, and it was dissolved, and we essentially thought it was gone, dead, way of the dinosaurs, and GM's like, nah, not yet. We're going to make a GMC Hummer.
Yep, GMC Hummer. Now, back in the day, the Hummer is known for, durability, hard, tough, vehicle. And now you got an all-electric car, which a lot of the perception is like, how are you going to make a Hummer in an all-electric? But honestly, it's big, it's tough, it's got a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque, it's fast.
Rear wheel steering.
Yep, it's got a what do they call it, a crab crawl thing.
Yeah.
It's
the
got
old
so
crab
many
walk,
features.
yeah.
Yep, it's got they call it an infinity roof, where basically it's just a glass roof all the way across it. It is a beautiful SUV, and anybody in the market for an all-electric car, probably take a peek at that. That thing is going to be amazing.
Obviously, the industry is going in the way of electric. Where are we at in that? I know that we just unveiled a new electric Hummer, Blazer to go with the Hummer. We have some other things that we've already had. You know, it's really funny when we had the Bolt back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what is this thing,
Yeah, Shane, why you ordered that car?
And I was like, they're amazing, and everybody's, now it's almost weird because electric cars have become like, I guess political, like people feel a way about it. Back in the day, I was like, oh, this thing's cool. It won't use gas. I can drive around town all day, not use gas.
Well, the Bolt or the Volt is one of those vehicles that will turn, a birthday on the lot. Nobody really wanted it. If I'm not mistaken, the last one we had, which was a couple months ago, it lasted 2 days on the lot.
Yeah.
So that's how much the market and everything has shifted. We're all bought in for an all electric. Our shop is ready for it. We got the chargers. We got everything we need in the service department to make sure that we can not only service the all electric, but also, charging points and things like that. So we got education all over the dealership, sales, service and stuff, to make sure that we're prepared for it, because we're coming with a lot of vehicles that are going to be all electric. There's going to be an all electric Silverado, we saw the Blazer, and there's a couple other vehicles that are going to be all electric, including the Hummer and stuff like that. So that's what we're getting ready for, you know what I mean? And there's going to be a market for gas, and there's going to be a market for all electric, but back in the day it was just all gas, very little electric. It's going to start combining itself and be a little bit of of a play in the world. So
yeah, I think oddly enough, Elon, who is Tesla, kind of said it best, where we need to develop the electrics to supplement the existing fuel and fuel supplies and things like that. It's so weird that so many people take an all or nothing approach. There's not room for both out there,
I think that if we ever get to an all electric, it'll be many, many moons from today, but I think it's going to be one of those things where we're just going to have to blend it in. For example, if you're a commuter and you don't necessarily go out of town or don't travel too much, then an all electric car might work for you. You know what I mean?
So you talk about many moons ago. There was a time I was married. You were maybe a little before your time back in those days. And I remember pitching my then wife on buying I can't remember if it was a Bolt or a Volt. And I was like, we'll never have to buy gas in town. We'll still have my truck to go out of town. And she gave me the dirtiest look. I'm not driving that thing, Like that was the, but now, shoot, they're good looking. I'd love to have one of those GMC Hummers or even that Blazer Sharp. You know?
The Blazer's really nice. It's very spacious and stuff. And again, if you're a commuter, I mean, that thing will get you places. You could drive up to Vegas and back in one charge. So it's not like you can only go to Smith's and back to your house and then you got to recharge it. It's not like that. They got plenty of miles that you can burn through a charge. Not only that, obviously, if you travel to a place where like Vegas, California, and things like that, they got chargers everywhere. You know what I mean? So
I was driving through Kingman on my way up to Walpies, where Jeff snagged that picture from, and it was really interesting because in front of, I think it's that 66 museum maybe, there's probably 10 charging stations right there. It was it was empty, oddly enough. I thought there'd be a bunch of people there. But
there's a charging station up in Needles, by the McDonald's and stuff. I think there's a few.
I know there's a Tesla charging station because when I go get Dairy Queen after I get off the river, I always see the Tesla charging station. So.
You guys were talking about the Blazer. I had to show it.
Yeah, that's
that
a
thing
gas
we just
Blazer.
Sold it.
Yeah, we just sold it. Well, I mean, it's going to look very similar to that, Shane. It's not going to change much as far as the body style goes. You'll see a little difference, obviously, between gas and electric, on the grill and things like that. But we just sold that thing. That's an RS model. It's a beautiful,
These
beautiful
manufacturers
car.
make me laugh when they do these electric things because they just make the E really big.
Right.
They're like, it's a E Blazer.
Right.
You're like, okay.
Like you can't tell because of the grill or the wheels. You can tell it's an all electric.
It's so funny. I guess it works. I mean, it's branding. We know it means, but it's so silly.
I mean, just think about Tesla. I mean, it's a thing. People want one of those things, and it's going to be the same thing with some of these other vehicles. You know what I mean? And we're not building old ugly cars when it comes down to all electric.
Yeah, I think that's a big part is that they are good looking. Like I said, that first Bolt and Volt weren't the best looking.
Yeah.
And,
they weren't. They weren't.
Yeah, if I would have pitched her
like
on one
Prius,
of these new ones, yeah. So I wanted to ask you about this. We talked about some of the adversity we deal with in the business part. What about the people part in terms of your team? Obviously, things are changing. Kind of explain to you guys, we have 20 new cars on the lot. We have a big, huge facility. We have how many used cars up there?
So we got a total of, combined, we got about 180 to 200 used vehicles. That's between certified pre-owned to pre-owned cars. Now we divide those, right? We put some at the main location up at the Parkway, and then we got a lot of them, if not most of the pre-owned vehicles at the used car location in Fort Mojave. And we do what is called a lot rodeo every once in a while. We just did one yesterday. A lot rodeo means that we move cars around, right? We changed the lot around a little bit. We move cars from the main location to the used car center in Fort Mojave, just to give the customer that, not only for you to be able to see the car, but also give you the opportunity to, if you're only driving through the used car location and you're looking for a particular vehicle, and we have it at the main location, now you'll be able to see it or even work a deal at the used car location, or vice versa, right? If you're always driving through the Parkway, now you got a car that's always at the used car location up at the main lot. So we do that, quite often. We try to do it at least once a month, where we kind of
high quality video around. There, Arganda. Look at that.
There you go. So and then Jeff does a great job of putting that out on the social media world and making sure that the customers know where vehicles are at. But we're always a phone call away if you want to find out where the vehicle is, or if you need a car brought down from one location to the other. We're open to that all the time. So, and that's what the people do, right? That's what the sales consultants do. They understand the needs of the customer. Not only that, we work long hours, so we understand other people work long hours too. So we gotta accommodate our schedule around other people's schedule to make sure that we do our best to make it easy and as easy as possible for the customer, and to purchase a vehicle, drive one, just look at it. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be a commitment to buy a vehicle.
It's so interesting. I know that there are a lot of folks prefer to do all their everything online, and we just sold that one.
Speaking of cars that sell fast.
Yeah, that was a beautiful car too. Thank you to the folks that bought it. They loved it.
Yeah, that's a really pretty color.
That color is nice.
Here in about 20 degrees, you can pop that top down. It's really nice. So.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you about your team. Obviously we talk about some of the hardships, some of the things in the business. What do you do to keep the team pumped up? What do you do to? I mean, I know you got some great guys up there that do a good. You have a nice blend of young new guys with energy, old guys with, we call it wisdom.
Right.
That makes Costa extremely wise.
Wisdom.
That's what I bring, wisdom. Yes.
But now, my team is great. The whole team in the Finley Motor Company. But as far as the sales team, at the main location, let's talk about them for a little bit. They do a great job. We're what is called a destination point. We're pretty far away from the rest of the city, so anytime a customer comes up, we really go out of our way to take care of them. As far as us taking care of the people, we do birthday celebrations once a month for everybody that has a birthday that month. We just did one yesterday.
Lots of cake and cupcakes.
We did a lot of cakes and cupcakes. Fruit.
Lisa brought me some fruit, so I didn't eat cupcakes apparently.
Right. Lisa does a great job of getting that stuff out there, and doing a little bit of a mix to make sure that the healthy people eat healthy and the non-healthy people eat some cake and a little bit of cup cookies here and there.
A couple cookies behind my Chili's is solid meal.
But so we do birthday celebrations once a month, and not only that, we do Salesman of the Month, so we have healthy competition with within the sales team. Make sure that they're always pushing and trying to help the customer. We do Salesman of the Month. There's bonuses, opportunities for them out there. All the time. To kind of incentivize them to get motivated. To come to work. We don't want to make work where it's hard to come in, and you're gotta be there again. We want to make sure that they're happy every time they're there. That they're motivated.
It must be while you're playing 90s music, so I'm happy to be there. Is that?
That's another thing. I'm the DJ of the main location. Always trying to keep the mood up. Find some country. For Shane. Then we got to put a little bit of newer R&B for this guy, and you know we do some fun stuff. We just did a couple skits yesterday.
What's going on here? Tell me what
well, you were talking
is.
about the salesman, so I had to show this. All of them are there. So
that's got a big story behind that video. But you know that's I think that was team 3 of that day. You know that's a Friday meeting. We do meetings every Friday where we put the whole team together.
Look at that! Look at George.
Victory.
He's still pumped from that.
So you know these guys, we were playing a little game. You know they were the bench of a basketball team. You know I do a pretty nice dunk there on Adam. You know, by the way, Adam was hurt after that for a couple of days.
He's okay now though.
Yeah, he's okay now. And then you know we got the benches celebrating we made a bucket there. So you know they won. They did a really good job. You know.
So what's the purpose behind that? Obviously it's funny.
Motivation.
You know, we have a little fun.
We're just trying to team bonding. You know what we like to do is we're not like a cutthroat sales team. You know we want to make sure that we help each other and we root for each other at the end of the day. And that's what that's all about, right? If somebody's selling a car, it's not like we're looking at them like, oh, I should have sold that car. It's more like, hey, good job, you know what I mean? You keep it up, great job on that car deal. Or if they needing a little bit of help with the customer, if we need to pull another vehicle for them, you know, we go and help them out. It's not like they're by themselves. We're very, you know, we try to be a very bonded team, very, very close. We spend a lot of time with each other, so we treat each other like family. You know, if somebody does a good thing, we're always celebrating that. You know what I mean?
So back in my day, when I first got in the car business, many moons ago, there were still a lot of the old car dogs. It would have been guys who came up in the 70s and 80s, and so they were, old, salty car dogs.
Right.
And it was cutthroat.
It was very
there was
hard.
no cheering for one another. If you hired someone, you basically, when you got hired, they basically tried to sabotage you so
100%.
you weren't around. Instead of now we have guys shadow each other, train, cheer each other on. It's such a wild, like for me it's almost like being my age and seeing the pre-internet world and then the post-internet world. You're like, I remember,
when it was different, right?
Yeah, I remember the phone that I had to do the thing on,
You had to run to get the customer, right? I kind of started myself in the business when it was kind of getting out of that era, but I still remember having to be outside the dealership, figuring out how to get to that customer first before the other sales guy. And, when I started, I was like, man, I don't like the car business like this. I don't know if I can do this for the rest of my life. So, one of the things that I wanted to do, or I started to think, is like, we got to just make this a little different. You know what I mean? We can't do the same thing. So, the whole rooting for each other and making sure that we're happy for someone else's success is one of the things that I thought about. And, that's what we're trying to do here. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you sell a car, if you're a salesman and I'm a salesman, you sell a car. If I'm mad at you, it's not going to allow me to sell a car, right? If I'm happy that you sold a car and then I go try to sell a car, maybe you'll help me sell that car. So at the end of the day, it's just a big cycle where we just got to be happy for each other.
So I've actually noticed some of that where, for us, people are people, right? Personalities. Some people just don't mesh right away. But, how quickly these guys are, let me help you with that. Or, hey, I'm struggling with this person. And listen, it's funny, you think it's the opposite. It's usually an old guy who doesn't want to deal with a young person.
Right.
And, and so we got to go wrangle up a veteran guy.
Well, let me tell you how easy it is nowadays, or at least, with our team. I'm not sure how it is in any other dealerships, but with our team, it's pretty easy. For example, I have, one of my top sales consultants, Alex Bird. He's one of the veterans there, one of the best, in the dealership. And we just hired a new kid. I'm going to call him kid because he's pretty young.
He's like a literal kid.
Oh, yeah. His name is Jose. His nickname is Quique. So he looks
apparently
like the guy.
Means kid.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
He looks like the guy from La Bamba. But anyways, so, he's pretty young, and in order to get him, up to speed, up to date with what's going on in the car industry and the business, because he's never sold cars, we got to get him to what is called shadowing. So he's literally shadowing someone, just learning how to do, the process of a car deal. And he's shadowing Alex Bird, you know what I mean? So talking about an old car dog, let's, call it what back in the day used to be.
You say that with affection, Bird.
Right. He's, Alex Bird has really, really, shifted himself into the new era, the new way of what the team's all about. Because that's what we are, at the end of the day, we're a big, big team. And And we know that any teams out there that are not successful is because of either their leadership or they just can't get along. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in order for us to be successful, which we are, you know, we got to be a really good team.
So I went almost 30 minutes without talking about Mojave football,
Right.
and so we'll have to stop that clock. It's like you know, when you're on a job site, you have had, you know, so many days before
Yep.
the last accident.
Yep.
Like that's me talking about football. But I'll tell you, I'm amazed the amount of parallels from a good team in sports to a good team in business.
Yeah.
And you know, positive leadership. You know, some humility,
Yeah.
people who care about one another. Like those things are universal, and I can't tell you how many times I tell football stories at work and work stories at football,
Yep.
and they make sense. They
Anytime
work.
Shane does a meeting, it's always about football.
I
Remember
believe
that
that
guy,
all of life's answers are found in football.
When he
so.
when he caught that ball, or remember when he threw that ball? Yeah, Shane, we remember. You told us that last Friday.
That's why I don't do meetings anymore.
Right.
I have to space them out every 6 months or so. So
No, it's 100% like that. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's a team. It's a group of people getting together to do something. You know, it could be winning a game. It could be winning the day. It could be, you know, winning a battle. It could be, you know, being successful for the month. You know what I mean? To be successful for the month, you got to be successful every day. Same thing with the team. You know, if one guy doesn't go to practice, how's that going to affect the team, you know, in the game, you know, at game day? So it affects it 100%. You know, and one guy told me once, you know, there's no bad teams, there's bad leaders. So leadership has a big role when it comes down to putting a good team together. You know, and that's what we try to do. We try to be the best leaders, the best managers, the best bosses, if that's what you want to call it. But we try to keep the people happy, you know, and I think that's what makes a great team a great
one
team.
thing I've noticed is that obviously all those words are kind of synonymous with being in charge, but we really lean on the leader part of, you know, it's funny when you really break it down. Like, you may manage things, but you lead people. You may, you know, be the boss of a situation because you have to get a job
That's
done.
what you got to do, right?
But you lead the team to get the
absolutely.
job done.
Absolutely, and that's what we do. We don't manage people. You know, you manage the situation. You figure out solutions for problems. But as far as people go, they're people. You know, they're not a problem. You know, it's a people, and it's like anything. You don't treat people bad and expect them to do good. You got to treat them good and expect them to do good. You know what I mean? Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it doesn't mean that it's never going to work out. You know,
Right.
there's got to be patience with some of them, and for the most part, you know, I think that, you know, at least in my world, if you treat me good and you give me good direction, I'll do my job. You know, and I'll do it well, just out of respect. And I feel like it's the same way, you know, the other way around. So, you know, my daughter plays softball, so she's 12 years old. That's tough. You know, and let me tell you, you know, when the team is not doing good, is because the girls aren't doing good outside of the team. You know what I mean? And meaning, like, they're not getting along. You know, they're 12 years old, so a little rumor will start, and they'll just spread through the whole thing, right?
12-year-old gossip will kill a good team.
And
you
then
know?
they go play a game, and they don't do good, you know. But when they're bonding, when they're really cheering for each other, when they're rooting for each other, when they're genuinely happy that somebody just did something good, that's when they do, you know, really good. That's when they're very successful in the field, and that's just tough to make them understand that. But it's really tough to make, you know, some of us adults understand that as well. So
Right.
At the end of the day, it's a daily thing.
It's so interesting that really, like, your human needs don't really change that much.
No, they
you know,
don't.
you want to feel supported. You want to know if somebody cares about you. You want to contribute to the group. You know, like those
Yeah.
very basic things don't really change. So.
Yeah.
So talking about softball, I see that she's doing a great job. Has that become like the every weekend event thing?
Well,
it's,
pretty
taking
much.
over your life.
Yeah, that's pretty much. You know, if you invite me somewhere on the weekend, I got to check my softball schedule first. You know, same thing with my wife. If you invite her on the weekend, she's got to check the softball schedule. But yeah, softball is you know, especially through the peak of the season, it's pretty demanding. You know, today she was up at 5:30 because she had her private lessons at 7 o'clock. You know, so my 12-year-old daughter is getting softball practice at 7 o'clock. You know, she gets donuts before practice, so, you know, that's her little incentive, you know, to get up early.
Helps me get up early.
Yeah, but and then she'll probably have practice tonight, you know. So she is very, very hard on herself, and she works hard. You know, she was out in the garage yesterday, you know, hitting some balls, you know, in the tee and stuff. So, you know, I've seen her grow so much from just having fun in the softball field and missing a ball to now if she misses a ball, it really, you know, she really takes it to heart and she works harder to get you know, to get better. So
we finally got some rain yesterday.
Yeah.
And
it was odd.
Yeah, it was weird. So we had just gotten out of football practice. It was probably about 5 o'clock. Started raining, something like that. And you know, we're doing the, all right, guys, this weather's not going to be a problem. You know, like just stay focused, do your thing.
It's a little windy, but
this rain starts coming down sideways. It feels like hail. You know, half these kids are out there no shirts on because it was hot before that.
Yeah.
And they're just getting pelted with hail.
Oh yeah.
And we troughed it out for about 30 minutes, and we ended up getting soaked and shutting down practice. It was kind of a bummer. But I wanted to ask you, is there any truth to that old wives' tale that you should come shop for cars on rainy days?
100%. Our most successful days are
Good
when
thing it
it's
only
raining.
rains like twice a year here, huh?
It's a funny thing, you know. It's a thing when it's like a topic every time it looks a little cloudy outside, like it's gonna rain. We get to the dealership. This is gonna be a good day, you know. It's always gonna be a successful day. It's, I don't know, the rain just is like the rain gods bring out people that want to buy a lot of cars. So, you know, we end up selling a lot of vehicles, you know, on rainy days. Yesterday was a little different, you know, because we were moving the lot. Like I said, you know, we're doing the lot rodeo. And, you know, you'll drive from Fort Mojave to up in the Parkway from one corner to the other, and then you'll get wind, dust, rain, sun, wind, dust again, and then sun up at the top of the Parkway. So you're like driving through different worlds, different cities there.
So this was like the 5th day in the last 10 days where it looked like it was going to rain, right? We always see it up in the mountains, and you see dark clouds. You see them way off in the valley, dark clouds, and then we get nothing but a little bit of wind and dust.
Yeah.
And it just came down yesterday.
I made a bet yesterday that it wasn't going to rain, you know, and I didn't lose it because it didn't rain up at the Parkway, but it rained in Fort Mojave. So I didn't lose the bet, you know. We didn't say where it was going to rain.
Right.
Yeah, we did that whole thing. Same thing down there at the field. We were like, let's go right around us like it always does. And next thing you know, I mean, my shoes are ruined. Yeah, all these poor kids soaking wet. There's, you know, all the stuff out there.
That's the thing, you know. I live somewhere around here, you know, by the Vito's restaurant, and you know, I got a couple friends that live down in Bullhead, you know, closer to the river area, and it was pouring that way, you know, which is where you were having practice. But up, you know, by our house, there was very little sprinkling going on. You know?
Well, I got in my son's car sitting in the driveway, and it just had a little bit of spots on it, and I was like, son of a bee.
Right,
you know?
right.
So
it's funny. Our weather's funny.
Yeah, it is, man. And, you know, we definitely need the rain. I mean, it's like every day you're seeing some Lake Mead post about dead bodies being found in the bottom of the lake, you know. And
yeah, we need water.
We need to hide those bodies better. So if we get some more water, that'd be great.
Rain gods, please bring them out.
Hey, guys, talk about the promotion that's going on for 5 more days.
Oh, we got the gas cards, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a gift card for Maverick. So what we're doing for every customer or every client that comes and purchases a vehicle from us, we're handing out a $100 gift card to Maverick. Now, you could be that customer that needs gas, you could be that customer that needs some chips, or you could be the customer that needs some beer. You know, it's completely up to you. Just don't drink and drive.
There you go.
But yeah, it's a gift card to Maverick. You know, we're trying to you know, alleviate, you know, gas prices were a little up. They're still a little up, but you know, we're trying to help out, you know, with that as much as we can. You know, you purchase the vehicle from us, we'll give you a tank of gas, then we'll give you a $100 gift card.
When we talked about doing that thing, it was like, man, let's just give people a little perk, a little break, a little fun. And like you said, if you want to go in and buy $100 worth of Hostess cupcakes, which might be something I would do.
Or chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies. You know, go do it. If you want to go get a beverage of your choice, whatever that is, you know, it was really just kind of meant to be a little perk.
Yeah.
A little thank you for what you do, coming and buying a car from us. We know that it's wild out there, and but the crazy thing is, everywhere's still busy.
Oh yeah, well, everywhere's still busy, and you know, that $100 gift card really comes in handy. You know what I mean? A lot of people are very, very happy about it. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're gonna keep doing it for 5 days. If it's a successful thing, maybe, you know, our GM Tony Smith might do it for the next month. Who knows? We'll see. You know. But as far as being busy everywhere, you know, it's 100%. I just experienced that over the weekend, Sunday. You know, we went out to eat, you know, in our town. We've been here for years and years. and it was a chore, to go out.
Getting it anywhere.
Yeah, getting it anywhere. We go to our local regular restaurants, and it's an hour wait everywhere. So, I told the kids, hey, no more eating out on the weekends.
Hey, at least Popeyes is almost done, and it's
right.
one more option.
Right. So yeah, it's busy in town for sure. People out in the river and stuff like that on the weekends. It's a great thing. We love seeing people in town, and just keep the town busy. You know what I mean? So
let's showcase a car for the week. How about, since the blue one's gone, we got the white one.
Yeah, there's a nice white Camaro there. That's not a convertible. I think that's a hardtop, but
it's like got like red line wheels on it. It's a really good looking car.
It really is. With little, a couple little red dashes on them.
So I'm gonna start doing those front end Fridays for Dre. Dre's always pushing it. I'm like, yeah, dude, let's do it.
Okay,
I like it.
Yeah, we have a lot of good inventory. We have a truck in the showroom right now. It's a 1500 Silverado. Beautiful truck. It's a new body style for the Sierras and Silverados.
Do you have a picture of that one, Jeff? I know we've recently shared it somewhere.
Yeah, it's a great color truck.
Sitting right in front of the sales tower. If you can find that picture,
I'll look for it.
It's funny because it's a really good looking truck.
It is.
And
it's manager special. If anybody's looking for trucks, manager special. We're willing to do as much as we can to make sure that we make you a good deal on the truck. So. It's a little older in our inventory. Remember, we talked about the age.
We'll let you in on a little bit of an industry secret at the Findlay Motor Company. We typically have maybe like a display car of something new, but we usually have something that we're trying to sell.
Right.
So if you see if I post a showroom special, it usually means we're pretty motivated to sell it. So if it's something you're interested in, reach out. Have the conversation, find out. You'll be amazed what these guys will put together for you.
What color was it?
It's a great color.
Okay, I see the black one in the.
It may look black. Let's see. What is it?
I'll show you the one I'm talking about.
It's not the HD.
Hold on. Let me get this up for you guys so you can see it. Here you go. Is it that one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
it is?
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's it. That's it.
It just looks black.
Yeah, it looks
okay.
black.
Listen, it's just an iPhone. I wish I had a better camera, man.
Right.
But it's a really good looking truck. It's got the right there.
Yep, that's it.
If you guys, that new interior is honestly what got me excited about another truck.
It's a V8. It's got the 5.3 in it, which the 5.3 it's been a great engine for General Motors, and it's got great towing capacity. It's a beautiful looking truck for sure. And we know there's somebody out there looking for a truck. So if you guys want a great deal on a truck, just come see us. We'll put something together for you guys for sure. Reach out through the phone if you got no time, and we'll work a deal over the phone.
There's a silver one there too.
There's
this one.
There's a Sierra. That's an elevation package. Really good looking truck. That's an extended cab. That's the limited edition, which is the.
Yeah, you can see the difference in interior.
Yeah, the interior is a little different than the new body style, but still a really good looking truck. Very good in gas. It's got a nice engine in it. So, we got plenty of inventory that we're willing to move and make great deals on, and we just need the people at the dealership. We'll
come on down.
So Eric, before I kick you out of here and make you go back to work, I gotta ask you one question.
All right.
What's the most cars Findlay's ever sold?
Okay, I wanted to talk about that, Shane. That is I really. For my new guys that are on the lot right now, my new sales guys, my new sales team, I really, really want to break that record. There's very few people that are still part of that record. Me and Shane are part of that. We were both.
Oh, are we?
Yeah,
I totally forgot.
Yeah, that's when Shane was being he was the sales manager, and I was working right next to him. We were both working at the sales desk, helping people out. But we sold 206 cars or 208.
I think it was 208.
208, 206.
I gotta wait till the memory pops up on Facebook. I wrote it down.
Which was March of 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
What it was?
Yeah, March 2018. We sold 208 or 206 cars. Since yet, we haven't broke that record. So I'll to my team.
We would literally have to sell more cars than we have right now.
Oh,
so,
yeah. 100%.
The times have definitely changed, but I always like to bring that up whenever. This is about how we sat at the sales tower too. We sat up. Many moons ago, but
we ordered a lot of chilies and what else we Panda.
What's funny is we did order a lot of chilies and Panda, but we basically never left our desk for The whole month. Right. I mean, we were dialed in.
Busy,
it was
busy.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some nights that we were there till 10:30 at night, helping people out. And I remember that 200 cardio, because that was the first time Finley Moore Company has ever hit 200. There was a gentleman out of California that came and bought a truck.
Bought a black F-150, right?
I still remember.
Yeah,
I still remember who sold it. You know what I mean? I know who you are, Jan Daddy.
Jan Daddy.
Jan Daddy who sold that 200
Lucky
cardio
number 200.
Yep. So shout out to Jan Daddy out there. But yeah, 206. And I really want to beat that record. I want to make sure that the team that we have put together now, which I think is a great team, is part of that new record. So. We can't do it by ourselves.
Send us some vehicles.
Right?
We want to break some records. We know that it's a different situation now, and you guys do a great job, and we really appreciate it.
We need the people to sell 200-plus cars, though.
Yeah.
We need you.
Absolutely. So, Eric, have a good day, man.
Thank you very much, Shane. Thank you for having me.
Glad
Jeff,
you could co-host with me today.
Guys.
And Argon, appreciate it. Everybody have a great day. Hopefully it rains again.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, guys. All right.